I'm working on an idea. These are some coffee stain papers that I made the other day. I'm thinking about using. And okay, here's what I'm doing. I've got this fabulous little 6x12 journal. This is available at Michael's here in the U.S. It is their Recollections brand, and it's just got a variety of really cool, fun, different papers on the inside. And it's all this kind of white and cream color, you know, or natural or whatever look. And I want to kind of keep that color theme going, but what I want to use it for is to put some photos in. I've got this stack of photos. These are old vintage photos from the, I guess mostly the 60s. And these were all given to me in various Happy Mail. I think most of them came from Victor, but there's a few others in there from other people. And I'm not using them because I have them stacked in a little, you know, neatly stored in a little place, but they're just kind of stacked there. And I find that I don't take the time to go through them and actually use them. So I need to fix that. And I thought what I would do to fix that is to put them in some kind of an album situation where I can flip through and see what I have and choose pictures that way. So I put some of them in these plastic sleeves. I had 2 different sizes of sleeves that I got once upon a time at Tuesday morning. They came in a package like that. Transparent archival bags. And this has 40 of this size. It was 99 cents. I got this several years ago. Had no need for them. Didn't know why I was buying them, but I just felt sure that I would need them. And, you know, sure enough, I did. So I put the pictures into these 2 bags, 2 different sizes of bags. And now I'm going to figure out how to put them in this book somehow. See, in my mind, here's what they do in my mind. They do something like maybe this, where they're attached just at the bottom, and I can flip through them like that. Get it? Or maybe the larger ones are attached at the sides, and then I can, you know, flip through them that way. But either way, you know, these sleeves will be somehow secured either on the side or on the bottom of one of the pages, leaving the flap, you know, movable so I can flip through it and see what's on the back, and then pull out pictures and add more as I get them, right? So this is the plan. I don't know how this is going to work, but that's kind of what I see in my mind. But before I do that, I wanted to decorate the pages a little bit because I didn't want them just plain because, you know, that's a boring snoozer right there. And I wanted to keep with the same kind of white and off-white and cream color theme. So that's when I thought about the coffee papers. And then I also pulled just some vintage ephemera that I've also been collecting and not using. Things like this, because they're already just the right color. So I've got some pages out of a bookkeeping ledger that I think would be great. And then these are various receipts and things that are just old and kind of really cool looking. So that's where we are now. I think I'm going to go through, glue some of these in here in just a sort of carefree collage-y type manner, and then go from there. I'm wondering which glue I should use. I really want, I don't think I want to use a wet glue because I'm going to have a lot of buckling and weirdness. I think I want to use a dry glue. Spray glue would really be ideal, but, you know, that requires going outside. I'm just not willing to put forth the effort. So, let me see. We've got a couple of options. We can use some rubber cement or some Yes Paste. So we'll see how it goes. I think I want to start by just diving in, really. Okay. I really like the way this one, the ink has bled through on the back side. I love that look. So I think I might put it there. Like that. Well, works for me. Okay. Well, let's see. Normally rubber cement, you put some on here, you put some on here, and then you smash the two together, right? Well, you can just do it on one surface if you squish it down while it's still wet, which is a challenge because rubber cement dries fast. And mine's gotten kind of thick and goopy. Okay, I think what I'd be better off doing is just doing it in small sections. I'm going to put that down like so. Ooh, this is a glossy cardstock. This is not going to work. Okay. I'm going to have to do both surfaces. Yep. Alrighty. Well, no biggie. We'll just do both. I don't have a lot of rubber cement left in my jar, which is why I was trying to make it go further and coat only one side. But I don't want my papers peeling up. I used to have a container of rubber cement thinner, but I can't for the life of me remember what happened to it. It's gone. I can't find it. But I don't know what I did with it. Surely I didn't use it all. Okay, that is too tedious. I'm not going to be doing a lot of that, I can tell you. Now I'm going to take a wet paper towel. That gets rid of any excess paste that's squished out. It's very easy to clean up with water. Paste is water reversible, so even after it's dry, you can re-wet it and it will unstick. I'm just going to do more of the same with the rest of these receipts and papers and just cover my pages. I'll leave little bits of white showing through here and there. You know, like that. I'll probably leave just like that. At least for now. And we'll see what happens. So, let's do it. Okay, I got all of my little papers glued in. I had to gather up some more because I didn't have enough. But I just went through and tore them up, stuck them down, big ones first, and then put smaller pieces on top. And just made a nice kind of messy collage-y thing on each page. And the Yes Paste did well at sticking them down flat without buckling the paper too badly. So, we are now good to go. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this out because I don't really want that to be one of my pages. I don't need it. Okay, now pull that out. Let's do something else with this. And I'm thinking about putting it on the back cover. I think I'm going to use Mod Podge for this. There we go. Now on the front, I think what I want to do here is put some coffee filters. My little Recollections photo album is coming right along. I put some little decorative ephemera things on the cover, and up here, these are still drying. I just glued them down. Are these little wooden letters, and then I just glued them onto the film negative, and I'm going to put them probably something like that and then call it done. I really like that. Not too fussy, and I didn't want fussy, you know, I don't want huge flowers or anything because I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be needing to pull pictures out and maybe put more pictures back in, so it needs to be functional. So I didn't want to over-froof, you know what I'm saying? Now, on the inside, I've started putting my sleeves in, and I'm putting the big ones, these larger sleeves, in like this with just a piece of tape across the bottom. And I'm using, this is artist tape that I get from Jerry's Artarama. It's pretty much like a masking tape, but it holds stronger, but it still comes off clean. It doesn't pull up paper with it when you take it off. But it does have a strong hold, so I think it's going to work. And there were lots of different options here. You know, I could have put some double stick invisible tape on the back to make it all nice and neat, but that's not what I wanted. You know, my pages are all really collagey. It's got just an old kind of worn photo album collagey look. So I wanted to continue that sort of look even with the, you know, clean, crisp plastic sheets. So that's why I just went with the tape. And if you want to do this project, you know, with this album, because it's very easily available in the US at Michael's, but maybe you don't have these fabulous sleeves from Tuesday Morning, use what you have. You can improvise, use Ziploc bags or plastic bags, or use some glassine envelopes, regular envelopes, you know, just whatever you can think of that would work to hold your photos. You know, you can still do this. Just because you don't have the exact things that I use doesn't mean you can't do it, because we're good at improvising, right? I think so. Okay, now the smaller sleeves, I've just been taping down one edge using the really skinny tape, and I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to work. But you can see they just kind of do this routine, and I really like the skinny tape showing like that, because I mean it just adds to the, you know, messy collaginess of it. That makes me happy. So I'll show you real quickly how I did that. It's just taping them down. It's not difficult, but I know somebody's going to ask. Okay, these I want to go in this direction, because these went from this way to this way, so this one I want this way to this way, just to mix it up. And what I did is tear a piece of this tape, just slightly longer than the envelope, maybe a ½ inch off of each end. And then, okay, this is where I always get confused, and I had to redo several of them because I did it wrong. And then I kept doing it wrong. Okay, line them up how you want them, and they're going to need to be taped on this edge so that they flip like that, right? Okay, this edge. And put the tape down. Completely miss the envelope because it's clear. And then I kind of check it on the back just to see that I've got it about halfway on the edge of the envelope and halfway off so that it will tape down to the page. Then come in here, place my envelope where I want it, a little bit up from the bottom, a little bit over from the edge. Get it kind of straight-ish, and then press it down. And just go ahead and put that there because it looks cool to me. Just like that. Now the next one, these are in my way. What have we got here? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. The next one I do is this top one. And I do it this way so that I can kind of stagger these somewhat evenly. I'm not measuring anything, I'm eyeballing it. But it's easier to eyeball having this one in place and then evening out these two rather than it is to eyeball it going like that, because I just can't eyeball like that. I don't know, don't judge me, it's just me. Okay, so I'm going to put this one up at the top. Needs to be taped right there. Okay, now I've got these two. Now it's easier to kind of eyeball these to stagger them. There's how they go. Okay. Yes. I'm just looking at how far it is from the top of this envelope to the top of this envelope to the top of this one to the top of this one, and just see if they're kind of even to the naked eye. And that looks about right there. So good. Now, that's the last one. Yeah, there we have it. And I'm just going to do the same thing over here, coming up this way. And then I've got another page with these have photos in them, these don't, but you always want room to grow. So, you know, make sure you have some empty pockets or envelopes in your album too. Okay, so I'll show you how I do these. These really, there's only one way they'll go in, and that's like this. Because they are exactly as wide as the book, so I can't stagger them that way. So they've got to flip up and down. So I'm going to use this wider tape just to, you know, mix it up a little bit. And I want to cut a piece that is just slightly shorter than this edge. They flip easier if the tape is shorter. Put it about halfway on. That's good enough. Now, just going to line it up with the bottom edge and make sure that it's, I don't want it right up against there because it needs to have room to turn the page. So pull it off just a little bit. And it kind of hangs over the edge on this side, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, that's good. And again, I'm going to do the next one at the very top, because then it's easier to stagger the next two evenly for me. This is still that same artist tape. It comes in all different widths. It's more expensive than masking tape, but it's better. That makes it okay, because it's better. It's stronger, and it comes off clean more consistently. Okay. Did you watch that documentary, Finding Vivian Mayer? It was really interesting. And, you know, I'm not a huge photography person. You know, I like pictures, but I'm not real good at taking them. But I can appreciate photography as art. And this woman had some amazing photographs. And it's an interesting story, you know, because she was, I don't know, eccentric. Is probably putting it mildly. But I think we watched it on Netflix. You know, it was free wherever we saw it. So if you have a chance to watch the documentary, I think it's called Finding Vivian Mayer, and it's M-E-I-E-R. It's really fascinating because, y'all, she was one of us. She didn't just do, she overdid. Yeah, you start feeling bad about, you know, stuff that you hoard. Wait till you see the pictures this woman took and how many of them. Yeah, it was kind of incredible. If the pictures are in there crooked, I can't tell if the bottom is straight or not, because it's clear. I can't see it. All I can see is the end of the pictures. So I have to line the pictures up in the sleeve to be able to position the sleeve. Okay. Okay. And that is how I've been doing these. So I'm just going to continue putting the rest of the sleeves in here and then put my title on when it gets dry, and then we'll have a flip through when I'm done. I think I'm going to call my little album done now. I got the title glued on the front, and I've got all my pages put in. I can't remember where I was when I last filmed, but I just taped them all down like I showed you. Room to grow. Blank ones, and then I just totally got bored with the whole process and didn't do anything here. So I can add more envelopes later if I need to or whatever, but yeah, I'm done. I may make some kind of a little closure for it or something. I don't know. I mean, it's not really that bulky. You know, I mean, I've had it propped open, so it wants to go that way, but it's really not that fat. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll put a closure or not. But I am very happy with it. So if you have a local Michael's store, you can go and pick up this Recollections journal and turn it into a vintage photo album for your collection of vintage photos or what have you. So that is all for now. The end.